Hey, Mark Meldrum, and this is not Meldrum's Monster Garage. This is Meldrum's Kitchen tonight, and we are on the eve of sauerkraut ball making day. So, in order to get ready for sauerkraut making day, you have to get your mix right. And this is probably an area I've never videotaped, and I'm about to give you some great secrets on how we go about preparing our sauerkraut ball mix. So as you can tell by the recipe, we're starting out with 2 pounds of ham, and one of the key things we have found over the years is you need to make sure your mix is only moist, not wet. Wet sauerkraut balls will lead to the balls exploding when you put them in the fryer. So one of the things I'm trying this year is I actually took the ham out of the package. I bought a little 2-pound ham and took it out of the package, and I put it in the refrigerator overnight on in a bowl with just some paper towels underneath it. And I noticed that it did dry the ham out a little bit, which is nice because the consistency, I've already ground up a little bit here, that we're looking for is you have to get it a little bit moist so it'll mix together, but not too moist that it's soggy. So wait a minute, let me take a little sip here and get in the mood. So good. So I've already got my ham kind of cut up into nice sized chunks here. I also have my onion, big large onion, cut up sweet onion in nice chunks there. And I have a food processor over here. And what I've been doing is switching back and forth between onion and ham. And we'll get into the corned beef out of the can in a second. But we're just grinding things up in the food processor. Now, you do not want to puree your meat here. You want your meat to have a little bit of texture, so when you bite into it, it has a little texture to it. If you puree it, like some Meldrums, some rookie Meldrums have done in the past, I won't mention any names, Monica and Josh, but you don't want to get it pureed to the point where it's just, you know what I mean by puree. But you want to get it ground up nicely, nice texture to it, nice little morsels there. So, and like here's a hunk of ham still left in there. We'll have to grind that up just a little bit more. But what's in here was done nicely, and I'm putting it in this nice large flat bowl to kind of make things easy to mix up by hand. Yes, I've washed my hand. And you break it apart and mix it in together, mix the onion up, and we'll do all that. So, another secret we have learned over the years to keep your sauerkraut balls from getting too moist is we're going to take this, I like to use this Vlasic. You can use the bag sauerkraut too, but recently, I used to use the bag all the time, but I switched to this nice jar, and I really like this Vlasic stuff. It tastes great, just like the package says. And we'll drain that out, okay? And then I'm going to put it in a salad spinner and dry it even more. And then I'm going to throw it through the food processor so it isn't so stringy. It gets it more into the texture like this. And then we'll get a nice mix going. So, look at this. Look at this. Just look at it, George. Oh, you can taste it now, you shit asses. That's what my mom would always call the people who wouldn't come over and help to make these things. You shit ass. If you got on her shit list, it wasn't a good thing, right? Right, you Meldrum sisters of mine? Oh my gosh. So, you know, I made quick work of this with the food processor. But I remember making these with Mom, and I would have to sit there with the, you know, we'd clamp the grinder on the side of the table here, and we'd grind. She'd throw the meat in, and I would be the engine. I'd grind it up. But boy, those days are over with modern technology like this. So hey, the next thing we're gonna do, and don't forget, well, this is a ham, the onion, and the corned beef. Now, I use corned beef out of a can because it's got a lot of nice fat in it, and it's going to make these things taste really good. But you could go to the store, like these hoity-toity Meldrums, my brother Jay, and he gets this big hunk of corned beef right from the deli. And oh, that's good too, don't get me wrong, that's good. But I think we use the can corned beef, and it's hard to find in the grocery store. You got to ask around for it. I think it has a lot of nice fat, and it's going to make things taste good. So we got the sauerkraut out of the jar, and boy, it's hard to open jars when your hands are all slippery. This is one messy job. I mean, you're going to be constantly cleaning your hands when you're doing this. We got it in the salad spinner, and oh, we got that thing cranked up and it fell off the axle. But that's okay. I'm telling you, we got it cranked up. We got lots of water out of the sauerkraut. We'll throw that down the sink. And oh, now this is starting to really smell good. Oh, you get the, I mean, seaweed can smell this. I can hear him chirping over there. Now we're gonna make a little cream sauce. And believe me, I am no chef. But we're gonna put in, we're gonna do 3 cups of butter, 3/4 cups of butter. We're gonna, so I got that melting down here, and trying not to burn it. And this is where, if I was a chef, I'd really know how to make this. And then we're gonna, obviously, we're gonna mix the milk in. We got a cup of milk there, and we're gonna keep stirring, stirring, stirring. Where is my stirrer? Gonna keep stirring, 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 get that butter all melted down. And then we're gonna add in 3/4 cup of flour. And I'm gonna kind of do this slowly. And we're gonna thicken this mixture up. So the butter's already kind of melted in there. And I've got about medium heat on the gas here. And just adding that in slow until it gets there, and then once it starts to thicken up, yep, it's ready to. All right, you gotta be careful not to burn this. I'm doing a good job. I've got it about the consistency of kind of, I don't know, mashed potatoes, cream of wheat, whatever. But once you get there, you're done. Take it off the heat. Keep stirring, keep stirring. Don't want to burn it. And then we're gonna dump it right into the sauerkraut ball mix. Okay, here we go. All right, mix, mix, mix. You keep mixing, and let me tell you, this is one messy, messy, messy job. That's why I waited for Patty to go see her parents in Florida, so I could kind of work on this mix in peace. And I'm gonna stink up the whole house. It's already got a nice sauerkraut aroma going on, and better have another sip of vino here. So we got this mix all made up, and I gotta tell you, I'm getting kicks out of some of the comments I saw on my Facebook post of the ingredients because it brings back a lot of good memories. Mom and I used to make these together, and occasionally we'd get my sister-in-laws together to make them. And then after Mom passed, we went ahead and I gave my 2 nieces in the area a call, Sarah and Shelly. And we decided to get together and start making these every year, kind of towards the 1st of November. And it's been kind of a tradition since then. And it saddens my heart that we've got this COVID now, and we don't want to get together as a big family. And because I don't see those guys that often, they don't see me, so you know, who knows who has what, and why bring any chances upon your family for this stuff. So we're going to do this as a Zoom event, a Facebook Live event, whatever you call it, as far as frying this stuff up. Speaking of frying, my niece Shelly is supposed to be dropping my fryer off. I keep looking out the window to see if she comes in the driveway, so if the dogs start barking, you'll know why. And once again, I'm getting a kick out of the comments on Facebook. Kathy, I'm sure you've had a few sauerkraut balls over the years, and I'm sure you had a few sauerkraut balls at Mom and Dad's when they'd invite you over for the holidays and whatnot. And that was always a lot of fun. And I saw Marilyn and Chuck make these things every year too. They live right down the street from me. It's funny that they make these things too. Not part of our family, but these sauerkraut balls take a lot of work, and but it's really worth it. So hey, and hey, my girlfriends from high school. I saw you made Tracy and Lynn. I hope I didn't make you blush with my ball comments, but you're gonna hear a lot of ball comments. This is like the Sweaty Ball skit on Saturday Night Live. We have a lot of fun with ball comments as we mix these up, and oh my gosh, they explode in your mouth with such a salty taste. You'll hear some of that when we make them tomorrow afternoon. So we're gonna take this mix. We're gonna put it in the fridge and let it dry out some more overnight. Yeah, we're gonna stink up the fridge, and then we'll get up in the morning and I will mix these up. I'll make some balls out of these things. You know, you already can make a ball right now. You know, a little ball. We'll make balls all morning, and then once we get to the afternoon, we'll go live and we will fry these suckers up. So, all right. So got this mix done. Got the kitchen cleaned up a little bit. Patty, hear that? And having a little vino. So we got the mix done. All the little holes in there, my finger holes, so it will dry out a little bit more. And I'm sitting here reminiscing, and I printed out a page out of a book that we made for Monica when she came into the family, and it's called, this is page 3 out of the book, The Secret Ingredient. And I tell you, I get a little choked up when I read this. More than a tradition. It's got the recipe on here, and it's got the recipe of my mom's handwriting, and right below there is a recipe for Manhattans, and we'll tip a few Manhattans tomorrow. And of course I got a picture right on here of Sarah and Grace, and I tell you, we lost Rob this year. And he was a great sauerkraut ball maker too. I miss him, and I'll miss him this year as I make these sauerkraut balls. And I'm sure my mom will take them under the wings, and they'll make some sauerkraut balls up in heaven this year. But anyway, okay, I'm not crying. I've got my oil ready to go. I'm still waiting for Shelly to drop off the fryer. And that's okay if she doesn't. I'll run over there to her house in the morning and pick it up. But here you go. Mark Meldrum, Meldrum's Kitchen. See ya.